Sorry, my phone actually died, and so I had to go back. So I think we left off at, and I'll put this. This is B part two. So this is B part two, and I'll link it with the part one. So to continue, the Knight of Wands, I mean the Knight of Swords. It's about, and it could be your attitude, it could be somebody else, sort of a dreamy, a very hopeful, and hope is a very good thing, but we also have to be tempered with reality, right? I know sometimes we don't want to hurt others, so we allow ourselves to be sort of pushed and pushed. So, one of the things that is most necessary is really coming to terms with who you are and what boundaries you want to set. And that could take a long time. That could take a while. So, yeah, this could also be a person coming into your life or someone that's already in your life that is like this. Or maybe you. Maybe you're very soft hearted and a little bit naive. Um, and there is a need for temperance and to really get in touch with your feelings. And again, there is a meeting up, whether it's through the phone or actually a gathering of getting together with either other aspects of yourself or other people in your life, people that you love. It could be like I said, it could represent family, like a whole generation of family, including grandparents and children, parents and grandparents. There is a need. You're also having the devil card, and so there's a need, and also we have the temperance, right? Which is very much a need for balance. So when I see the devil card here, I see it as a lot of, like, if you look at the little person down there, it's a lot of like negative. It could be habits, like it could be in your head that you're, like worst case scenario, looking at the worst side of things instead of being grateful, for the good things. And I know that when we look at the world right now, it looks so bleak, and we can tend to like really go down that rabbit hole of darkness and despair. But we really have to be appreciative of what we have and hold on to the light and really rest within, right? Within, and take time to meditate and grow that light within you so that you can send that forth to not just heal yourself, but when you elevate yourself and your energy is elevated, your etheric field is elevated, you sort of send that energy out to others. And it's really important for us right now to do that. You also have the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is again about balance. The King of Swords has really learned to, como se llama, has really learned to balance their mind with their heart, and again, we get that Temperance card that's necessary for balancing out. Look at the dark is the shadow side, and you have the light, so you can also think of it as the things that you're afraid of, which are generally what's in the shadow side, things you don't understand, things that fears, and things you haven't resolved or can't resolve because they are hidden right now, which is all the more reason to like meditate and rest and rejuvenate and take care of you right now, and either preparation for a journey or to actually be journeying through your heart, through your mind, inner journeys that are necessary at this time for you. So yeah, like really be wary of be careful of those thoughts, those negative thinking pattern, that hopelessness, sense of hopelessness. The king is very relaxed. The King of Swords right here uses that sword to cut through the illusions and find the peace, the calm, the clarity. He, she, it's not gender specific, has its sword. It's ever ready to act whenever it needs to act, but it doesn't have to. It has the wisdom. Look, there's an owl there too. And so he is wise enough to be able to know when to act and when to just wait, when to be calm and meditate. And he's surrounded by water, and the water is a little bit turbulent around him, but if you notice, he's still very, very calm, and he has his aids, nature that aids him, that tells him. He listens. He's very observant, and that's why it's representative with the birds, the crows, and the como se llama, the owl. he's wise enough to stay calm in that center of that storm that's around him, and he's ready for action, but waiting for the right time, for the right moment, not allowing his emotions to get the best of him and giving in to the darkness, to that despair. um, what else should we know at this time? Is there anything else? I'm being guided over here to see. So what else? Is there anything else? And we have, wow, that's really wonderful. So what we're having too right here is we have the Page of Pentacles. Again, I'm reminded of balance. Look at how the page is balancing on one foot. And the page is all about, the Pentacles are all about stability and resources. Okay, so your resources that deal with, your food, your money, your emotional energy, your physical energy. All of these things are your resources. How are you balancing? How are you managing your resources? The page is also offering an opportunity and bringing a message about this. So a lot of times pages can be either heralds or messengers of something coming. And it's funny because right next to him we have the Page of Cups, and I'll show you in a minute. But also pages are about an opportunity and a reminder. So the message, because of the way that this particular page is balancing himself or herself, it's a girl. Okay, so herself, and it doesn't matter, it's not gender specific. Again, it's the energy. The way this page is balancing themselves means that they're trying to balance their resources, and because it's a page and it's bringing a message, the message is to be mindful of your resources right now and be temperance, be balanced, right? Be very balanced in all your dealings so that you're not squandering, so that you won't have a need to, freak out or become anxious, and don't worry about that because you're going to be okay. You also have the page, and I said it came right after, and that's the Page of Cups. And so the Page of Cups is again about offering love, about something that you're passionate about. There's an opportunity for some passion, and that passion could be in regards to something that you're very, like a career, a job, it could be a project, or it could be a person, or it could just be a way of life, some idea that you have. And so there's an opportunity for that. But because he is water, the Page of Waters, and because he is surrounded by water, it's also about intuition. We get a lot of that here. There's a lot of cards that deal with the water and using your intuition and staying calm but ready, prepared but ready, right? And not giving in to the devil energy, but also not being too naive, because you have the Knight of Cups here before, and like I said, the Knight of Cups could be that you're a little too naive. This is someone who's very romantic, very soft-hearted, and that's okay, but you also have to temper that with reality, right? With what the things that are going on, so that you are prepared and you're not squandering your resources. And your resources also have to do with your mental energy, right? So we don't want to, give it all away. We don't want to exasperate ourselves and, deplete ourselves by thinking negatively. You have the Ten of Pentacles coming out. And the Ten of Pentacles is, again, it's funny because it sort of started out with your family, or relationships, as sort of like the way I'm reading this, what I felt when I saw this card was very much past, present, and future, as far as like generational, parents, children, parents, and grandparents. And so here again, we have that generational card, ¿cómo se llama? The Ten of Pentacles. You see, all ages there, and they are stable. So this promises stability. It's Pentacles. Again, we got the Pentacles with the resources, about balancing your resources. Well, here at the end we see as well, which is a beautiful card, we see the Pentacles. We see you flourishing. We see your family flourishing. We see stability, a groundedness. And all of the things, all of this can be achieved by getting in touch with yourself, finding out, listening to the universe, whether it be through serendipitous moments, a dream, the words that keep coming out again, either in a song or in a book, or a story, or someone talks about something, something, some insights. So really pay attention. I would say also, while you're in meditation, while you're resting, and this could be too, you're resting your mind of all of this craziness, the ideas, the fears, right? While you're resting from that, while you're rejuvenating yourself in preparation for this journey, inward or outer journey. If you can stay calm, if you can stay mindful of your resources, if you can balance and be insightful and listen and keep an open mind, and an open heart, because, there's a lot of emotions with a lot of people. And since I see family here too, you may not agree with everyone. So, you have to figure out who you are and what it is that you want, and you don't necessarily have to agree with everyone else. That's not the thing. You have to figure out who you are, but without hurting others, right? Without pushing yourself on others. And this will lead to stability and creativity and abundance. All right, I want to know if there's anything else that we should know, universe. Is there anything else? I don't know why I keep being guided to this pile, these particular cards. So we're going to do that again. And there it is. Oh, okay. And we have the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is, again, it's funny, this Eight of Swords, we're talking about the mind and the negative energies there, the fearfulness. And if you look at this person, she's totally free, it's the energy, is totally free. There's nothing, binding this person. But when she's looking in the mirror, she sees herself as hopeless, as desperate, just surrounded by anxiety and this darkness and these fears that are, coming at her. She's not seeing things clearly. She could liberate herself, because all of these things are really in her head, in her mind. So she needs to turn around so she can see clearly and realize that she's not a captive. Otherwise, she becomes a captive of her own worst fears. What you think about, you bring about. So you need to stay very hopeful and very balanced, and that may be, now that I'm looking at this Knight of Cups, romantic, hopeful, sort of rose-colored glasses. Maybe for some of you that might be too skeptical right now or too fearful right now, you need to sort of embrace this more positivity, this gentle healing light, of peace, of love, of tranquility around you, instead of giving in to this, this very negative and fearful energy that it just restricts you, it binds you. When we get scared, we can't move forward. It's like as if, and it's not like as if, it's actually been proven psychologically, our world shrinks and our ability to think clearly shrinks. That's why calmness, and you're being shown the King of Swords, the calmness of and being centered and having a balance between heart and mind, and not giving in to all those crazy thoughts and emotions, but being clear. He has his sword that cuts away the illusions, and the owl that brings him wisdom. And he is very intuitive and listening, looking at all the signs, watching calmly, so that he can assess what the next step will be, even though there's a lot of chaos around him. All right, universe. Now I'm going to go to here, and we're going to see if there's anything else, universe, that can clarify any of this. Anything else? What should the... this came out. Accept past and current situations. Work through issues gracefully. Work through issues gracefully. And again, I'm thinking of these two cards. Work through issues. Right? We have rest, rejuvenation, meditation. We have acceptance. There are things that have happened in our lives, and we can't live in regret. We have to actually have appreciation and gratitude. Yes, we've made mistakes. Yes, things didn't always work out the way we wanted them to. But be grateful for what you have left and accept what was. You can't go back and fix that, but what you can do is be peaceful, be calm, radiate that confidence, that light, and see how this light is really in both of these. Actually, if you look at him, his inner light, by being balanced, this is his angel, his highest self, right? Just with him. And because of that balance, because of that meditation, you have it here too, this rising up of energy, of love, of light, spreading out, illuminating the darkness, bringing forth clarity and calm. And so we have that. Is there anything else that we need to know? And yeah, that's about acceptance too. Definitely when we get into that, when we work through our shadow sides, we can heal it. We can accept the parts of us that we're afraid. We can give it a hug and say, you don't need to be. We can accept the parts of us that didn't act or do or rise up to the occasion as in a better way, you know, in a way that we wanted to, or others that did that to us, that did not rise up, that did not show us, you know, that did the best they could at the time, and or were toxic and you had to move on from. So accept those situations and move forward from them. And, you know, again, you have this journey card, so it's moving away from those negative feelings and thoughts and patterns of beliefs and behaviors. I don't know why I'm getting this. Oh, wow, look at this. Balance. And so we have the balance again. It's a reoccurring theme. Balance. Juggling too many things at once. Find time for yourself. And the balancing, and it could be that a lot of you are really, you know, doing a lot or creating a lot or working a lot or a little frazzle or taking on a whole lot more than you normally would, mind, body, and soul, right? So there's a need to like make sure that you're taking at least a few moments here and there, at least a half an hour, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is, to rest and rejuvenate yourself so that you can continue your journey as you continue to move forward. This could also be juggling too many thoughts. You know, I need to calm it down. I need to not freak out and see yourself as, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. I'm all tied up. I can't move forward. Yes, you can. That's an illusion. Cut through it, you know. Maybe even meditate. I'm going to leave this here for a minute. Meditate and think about this king of swords and how calm, how peaceful this king is. You know, could he go off and do battle? Yes, he is ready. He has his sword to clear away at any time any illusions. He pays attention to the signs and synchronicities and uses his wisdom, what he gathers from the signs and synchronicities, the going within, his meditations, those insights that he's given to know how to move forward. Remember, you got the Ten of Pentacles, which is stability. This is something that you, if you can manage to keep your calm, if you can manage to balance your resources, if you can manage to be insightful and calm and accepting of those insights that you're getting from spirit, from your highest self, from your deepest parts of you, then you will be able to see that you are in fact free. You can free yourself from the illusion of all this worst case scenario, these fears that you have. You can accept the things that that didn't quite go right or the way you thought, and you can balance yourself and have this Ten of Pentacle energies. And I'm going to ask if there's anything else that we need to know, universe, anything else that we need to know. Self-awareness, tapping into your higher self, questioning routines and patterns. Again, this rest and rejuvenation, questioning your routines, your patterns. Are you being mindful of your resources? Are you balancing yourself? Your resources are everything from your wealth, you know, and that's pentacles, your stability, the way you think, you know. All of this is very important for you at this time. And is there anything else that we should know? Actually, I'm being guided over here. There was one last card. There's past life connection. Someone with hefty influence from your past life is with you. So I really do, you know, like we got this generational thing, and we had this in the very beginning. And it could even be that your, you know, grandparents or those that went before you, great grandparents or whatever, your angels, your guides, brothers and sisters of light are helping you at this time. So past life connections that you've made that are praying for you, that are trying to guide you, that are trying to send you signals on which way to move forward. But you can't listen, you can't hear that, right? Unless you're calm. If you're all tied up in knots, you can't hear it. You look at the king again, very calm, so he can see, he can hear his intuition. He can hear what is rising within him. He can see and read the signs and hear the signs of the universe around him. And he can act from a place of calmness and clarity instead of struggle. I'm being guided over here, so this is the last little bit that we'll do probably. And I don't know how long this reading is. I always try to have shorter readings. Dearest universe, is there anything else that this group needs to know? Channel. You're a channel through which healing energy reaches the world. Yeah, I really feel that. I really feel that for many of you. That's why appreciation, whether you realize what you have to give, whether you realize it or not, but just being appreciative, just raising your vibration, even if it's just, appreciating of the smallest of things, the fact that you got to wake up today and take a breath, right? You're alive. That's a huge blessing. Some people can't say that, right? So I'm just saying in the smallest of ways, right? From the smallest to the biggest of ways, have faith and be grateful. And as far as channeling, yeah, like I said, look at this with temperance, and look at this with this rest and rejuvenation. When you meditate, when you get into that flow state, when you allow the energies and your highest self to interact with you, when you quiet yourself, that's when you do become a channel and you're able to help others. You're able to help the world. Even nature sees it. Even nature comes along to not only inspire you and guide you, but is inspired and guided by you. All right, my loves. I'm going to do one more and then we'll see. A lot of these cards just seem to be repeating the same theme. And we'll see what these are. This one says, observation. Expand your consciousness by observing the divine matrix of life. So yes, expand your energy, expand your consciousness, right? By going within, by observing this beautiful angel, the highest self, you, this matrix of life, this goodness of life. And we also got light. It is time to reveal your radiant light to the world. Again, look at this with the temperance card. This beautiful angel, this light that emanates from within you outwardly to all things. But in order to get in touch with this, you have to get in touch with yourself. You need time for yourself to reconnect with your highest self and with source. Okay? And we also got creation. Being creative is a wonderful way to witness the unfolding of your limitless creative self. And that could also be a journey. Maybe now is the time to, focus on ways of finding peace, whether it's gardening or helping someone out, getting together with friends and helping, taking care of each other, being there for one another, still taking time out for yourself, but time to be grateful. That really brings your light up. That really allows you for creative expressions to solutions or new solutions and opportunities that are creative that you may not have thought of before. All right, my loves, with that said, this is Amethyst Star Willow. If this reading resonated with you, then maybe give it a thumbs up and share. And if this reading didn't, go look at my channel. There's tons of other readings. They are all timeless. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And until next time, I bless you all. I give you all. I pray for you all and send out lots of love and healing. Till next time. Bye-bye.